everybody, I'm Mike from Missouri. If you're new to the channel, we've been rebuilding a Case 1840 skid steer. The latest video was resealing the tilt cylinders, but I'm getting ready to start reassembling the quick attach plate. And I got these package of parts that once I disassembled it, I just labeled them right hand, left hand. It's been a while, so I'm gonna check and see what we have here. These parts were not cleaned up. They are just as they came off the quick attach plate. They're greasy and dirty. They all need cleaned up. We got some washers, pin. Here's the locking pin. It's got some pretty good wear on it. I don't know if we'll reuse those. But today I'm just gonna get them sandblasted, cleaned up and sandblasted. And make sure there's no major damage where we need to replace anything. Before I get them over in the parts washer, I need to get this big debris off. It's chunked on grease and mud. So I'm going to work on this for a while here with a wood chisel. I decided it'd be best not to sandblast these parts because they are zinc coated. I don't want to take any of the coating off. I'm going to use the wire wheel instead. I think that'll be a gentler option. My parts are all cleaned up. I've been looking them over. There's some wear on the shafts on these cams, but it's pretty minor, a few thousandths. I don't think it's going to cause any issue. I would really like to replace the pins and the springs. So I'm going to check on the internet to see how much those go for. I did a little research on replacement parts, and I found that even aftermarket pins, these are 60 bucks a piece. These are like 20 bucks a piece. And I found an entire kit for $140 per side. So I ordered 2 of those, and I'm going to see what the quality is, and I may use just pieces of it. But by the time I bought the parts separately, it just wasn't worth it. So we have a surprise from FedEx. On Monday, I ordered my quick attach parts, and today is Friday. So not terribly fast, but not too bad. All right, 2 separate kits. Made in China. looks identical. Can't see anything wrong with that. This is what I'm pretty interested in. See how worn my old ones are. A little bit. Wire diameter looks the same. This is the spring for the handle. I think those are, we still have those over there. Pin here. It seems pretty nice. Yep, that's right. Just for the heck of it, let's measure that. The original is 1.245, almost inch and a quarter. 1.242. Close enough. So far, I'm pretty happy with what I see here. And then that piece, I'm going to measure that as well. 980 thousandths, 995 thousandths, so again, slightly undersized. And then the cam mechanism here. .745, 0.747, 0.746, 0.745, it's close. It's probably 0.320, 0.290, so this is a little thinner, but that is going to matter. That's where the check out the handle. Ugh. That's not so nice. Not painted. Rusted too, actually. I'm gonna go grab one of the originals. Okay, the original here on the right. It is, this replacement's a little thicker. The casting seam has not been removed. Fits good. This one's worn. It's got a lot more slop in it. So is the hole. Shape is pretty close, slightly, appears to be slightly different. Probably going to use the new one just for the fact that these are worn, but I'm going to keep all these old parts on hand as well in case I run into any issues. But I have to say, for the price, it's pretty decent. As far as these handles go, I think the best thing to do is to sandblast them, and then I'll use my flap wheel to take the casting seam out of them and just polish them up in general to make them feel good in the hand. And then I'll primer them and paint them with some black paint. look at them after sandblasting. You can see kind of the roughness. You know, they're usable, but they're definitely not what I'd consider finished off. We'll take care of that. After sitting overnight, this is what we ended up with. Happy with how they turned out. I used Rust-Oleum farm and implement. And now we can start putting the quick attach coupler plate together with these parts we got in the mail. I'm going to start by cleaning up the paint that's overflowed into the holes, all the holes on the coupler, and just clean that out so we don't have any interference. Doesn't want to ramp very smooth. Well, I ended up putting the old cam in, and then it works. Well, what I found out, so the aftermarket one, and you lay them side by side, and it's not a lot. You're not going to be able to see it, but this hole is drilled further away from here, and that causes the handle to not be engaged onto this piece enough, and it's making it cock and not want to rotate. It wants to cock. So, which is kind of what I figured I'd run into problems with this cheap kit. I'm going to use the original cam, but I'm going to use the other parts seem to be less worn than my original pieces. I don't, like I said, I'm going to keep all the parts in case I run into any problems down the road, but this seems to be the best solution. I looked into bringing this hole down, but it's too, there's not enough room to drill it completely over. It needs to come over just a, I don't know, eighth, quarter inch or so. But this seems to work, so that's what we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to use the new spring on this. I'm going to use the old washers on top and bottom because they're thicker and nicer. And I'm also going to use the old pivot bushing, whatever you want to call this thing. The replacement is not treated for corrosion resistance, and this is slightly larger diameter, fits this original cam better. I think it goes like that. Oh. And I'm also going to use the new pin. Okay, I'm going to adjust this down, or tighter, on the spring. There we go. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. Use the original cam. I don't know what's holding me up here, but all right, I'm going to do this off camera. Oh, guys, I finally figured out what was holding me up, and it wasn't me. So here are the two pieces. How are they supposed to drop down? Well, problem is this hole in this handle isn't centered to the half piece here, to this half cutout. So when you line it up, it's like offset. So it's trying to put it on the shaft, and they're offset too much, and they won't go past. So I need to shave. This appears to be correct. So I need to shave this back a little bit to give clearance for it to go on. This is the aggravating part about aftermarket parts, is the quality is never like the original. All right, I got the handle up over in the mill. I'm going to take just a light amount off of here. Probably enough. Yep, I can already tell it's easier to get on. That was it. Well, the handles not being even is not the fault of the aftermarket kit. The hole in this old cam is wallered side to side, and that's giving it some extra play. So I can either take it back out, weld it up to fix that, which I'll probably do, just not on camera, but that's why. All right. Let's finish this up. Okay. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is get the grease zerk put back in here. I did a little adjusting, and they both hold up all the way. So, really nice. So, here are the extra parts. Now, I ended up not using the cams. I used the handles. I didn't use these bushings. And I used the springs and the main pins. The question remains, would I buy this kit again? No, I would not buy this kit again. I had to do too many modifications to it, and for the money, which seemed reasonable at the time, I would have been money ahead by just buying the individual springs and pins. And I could have reused all of my old stuff for about half the price and had a similar result. So live and learn. I got a good result. It's just I could have done it for less money, and I wouldn't buy this again. So, but anyway, I'm gonna stop the video here. Please give me a thumbs up and a like if you enjoyed the video. Next video is going to be on the tilt cylinders, installing them, And I'm still working through some of the issues on the hydraulic lines, but that's should be next week's video. Thanks.